My job is to keep you guys out of jail and the morgue, okay? The gun is a tool of last resort. This firearm is not a force field, okay? It does not prevent bad things from happening. This gun will not prevent a bad guy from attacking me. It won't, right? My lifestyle and my mindset of being alert and aware might allow me to be lower on his list of good victims. But he doesn't know I have a gun on me. How is my gun going to prevent that attack? It's not. Just because I have a gun and just because I train and I prepare and I practice and I have this mindset doesn't mean that if I get into a gunfight, I'm going to live. Okay? Nothing's guaranteed. The last thing I want to do is be involved in an altercation that I have to use deadly force. At that moment, my life changes, and at that moment, my life is in the most danger that it's ever been in. Okay? Just because I wear a seatbelt doesn't mean my life is going to be saved in a car accident. It's a tool. It allows me to meet deadly force with deadly force. It's a fighting chance. I bet my life on my abilities and my training over the mercy of a criminal, okay? Doesn't mean I win that bet. We have to think about that, and we have to be aware of that, right? As a concealed carry licensee, as a responsibly armed citizen, the last thing that you should want is to be involved in a deadly force encounter, okay? We can't allow our ego and our pride to get us into situations that our gun might have to get us out of. Okay. As a concealed carry licensee, we now have to be the guy that backs down from every fight, right? I'm in a deadly force altercation, right? I have to pull my gun out and I have to shoot somebody to stop that threat, regardless of whether or not my life was legitimately at risk, right? Regardless of that, that's what happened, right? I pulled my handgun out. I had to shoot somebody to stop that threat, okay? Well, how did I get there? Okay? I got there one of two ways. I was so surprised and overwhelmed by the attack that I had no idea, no involvement in that situation. Okay? I couldn't have done anything to change the outcome of that. But if it's a situation where right before I pulled my gun out and I had to shoot him, he pulled out a knife, right? He pulled out a knife, so I had to pull out my gun to shoot him. But right before that, we were in a fist fight. What happened right before that? Probably in a fight with words, a verbal altercation. What happened right before that? Right? Well, he insulted me, I insulted him, I stole his parking spot, he stole my parking spot, right? So I didn't shoot this guy, per se, because he pulled out a knife on me, right? Something led to that. For us, we have to eliminate our involvement in that, 100%, right? If I have the option to not be involved with something in a situation that might escalate the deadly force, I need to exercise that option and get the hell out of there. I don't care if it's going to save me 5 hours in my day, right? Or 5 miles or 5 gallons of gas. None of that matters, right? We don't sacrifice our safety for convenience's sake. And when I mean safety, I don't mean just being safe from danger. I mean being safe from the legal prosecution that follows a deadly force situation, okay? And then in New Mexico, if you shoot and kill somebody, it's homicide that you're charged with, right? And then they decide if it was justifiable or not. So it's not just, can I pull the trigger on a gun and hit the target, right? It's understanding when I'm able to use that. And not just when I'm able to, but should I use it, okay? It's never black and white. Like I said, there are guys in jail right now who are justified in using deadly force. Had they not used deadly force, they would have died. Somebody else would have died. They're still in jail, right? So that ego and that pride that we're trying to protect, not worth it. Okay. Yeah, if I argue with that person, if I didn't back down, like if I defended my ego and my pride, right, that could have led to a verbal altercation. Might not have, but it could have. Verbal altercation could have led to a physical altercation, right? Physical altercation could have led to a deadly force altercation. Like the deadly force shooting, like that doesn't just happen all the time. Yeah, if you're the victim of a sudden violent attack, yeah, you didn't have any involvement in that. But if it's a situation where 30 seconds before you had to pull your gun out, you were arguing with somebody, that's going to be a lot harder to defend in court than you being the victim of a violent attack and having no other option, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do Any question on that? My segues are awesome, by the way. Like, it goes from like that to, okay, hey, this is what we're going to do on this next drill.